What's going on, everybody? This is the blockchain backer, bringing you the latest cryptocurrency news and analysis. Today, we have a green day here in the cryptocurrency market, with Bitcoin back above $24,000 and a lot happening in the altcoin market and the rest of the crypto market, coming off of a big pop-up this morning based on an 8.5% Consumer Price Index in July, which was below forecast expectations of 8.7% and down from 9.1% that we had back in June. Now, back in July, we were talking about June's data and saying, hey, it seems that it's likely that CPI has topped. We're looking at most commodities. We could see commodity prices had fallen drastically in July, and it was going to be interesting to see what the July CPI print would be, because it appeared that commodity prices had peaked. And in July, we saw prices falling here for oil, which now, as we know, here in August even, we're back below invasion levels. And that, of course, transpired into gasoline prices as well. So we saw gasoline prices as well. It seemed pretty apparent that July's CPI data would be down from June's. So we just got this data released here a little under an hour ago. So that's why we saw markets rip at the exact time that that was released. Looking over here at the Consumer Price Index, you can see 8.5, first time below forecast and below June and below May. So first time stepping down in that direction, taking a step below the previous 2 months. And the big one, taking a look at the month over month. So we were just looking at year over year inflation, looking at month over month. Check out all of these previous months of what we have in here, with last month being 1.3% month over month. Here we go. We flatlined zero, below forecast. So each one of these, right, above forecast, above forecast, above forecast, and then below forecast and at an actual zero. And for the first time, you just can't even see a bar there, really dating all the way back till October of 2020, since we've had that happen month over month. And so, as we can see, markets are ripping on that news of excitement, not just here in the cryptocurrency market. Even the Dow Jones Industrial Average is over here ripping to the upside as well, up about 400 points right now. Market's about to open in 6 minutes. We'll check in again on it here in a second when the market opens. Now, I posted this over here on Twitter this morning before the CPI was released. I said, today seems like it's going to be a pretty important day for all markets. We'll get the inflation figures with the Consumer Price Index figure in about 1 hour from the post of this tweet. Looking at the crypto market cap, we know we're up against resistance, as we've been talking about here on this channel. The Dow Jones is also up against the resistance of a parallel channel, in which, looking at the E-mini Dow futures, we can see that we've been in this downward channel since October of last year, so 10 months. Gold and silver are underneath resistance, which we could see right in here for both gold and for silver. And Apple, the largest by market cap in the Dow Jones, is at the 702 resistance level. So coming in this big giant bubble here in Apple after this big fall that it's had. Bears got pushed to their max, shorted the bottom. Prices have gone back to retracement levels. And that's where we sat this morning before going into the CPI data release. So now that CPI has been released, let's take a look at these things, right? We were looking at the market cap of the entire cryptocurrency market. It was at $1.068 trillion. Now it has bursted its way up to 1.12 trillion, which, looking at over here on the daily candles in here, we can see we're working our way back up, still fighting here underneath these levels, still right now to this moment still. So a little ways to go there for the total market cap, which is going to include Bitcoin. But looking over here at the total altcoin market cap in here, we could see, hey, we might be getting our way through right now. Same goes for the altcoin market cap, excluding Ethereum. But we're still fighting it. Still a little ways to go there. Moving on to the next one, the Dow Jones is also up against the resistance of a parallel channel. So we know that we've been in here on this parallel channel on the E-mini Dow Jones futures. Well, hey, how about that? That move up that we just saw right now takes us out of that parallel channel. Also takes out the highs that were set back there on August 1st and this most recent one here on August 8th. So as we go into market opening, we've popped our way out of here. Gold and silver are underneath resistance. So sitting here for gold and for silver. Not a whole lot has changed here for silver. Not a whole lot has changed for gold. A little poke up there for gold, but it looks like it's kind of lost that initial steam that it ended up getting. Maybe it's just a back test. Still really early. But what is interesting is this fall in the dollar. The DXY is down 1.12 this morning. That's a big move for the dollar to happen in just such a short amount of time in there. As you guys know, last week we were short, maybe a week or two ago, showing the parabolic channel or the parabolic trend that the dollar had been following, and that it had fallen out of that parabolic rise. Big fall there for the dollar today. As for Apple, the largest market cap in the Dow Jones is at the 702 resistance. Right back in here. Now that the market has opened, Apple has gapped up above the 702 retracement at this point. Still, it doesn't mean it's in the clear. There's more ahead of it, but got through the 702. And now with the market being officially open, we can see the Dow Jones, not just the Dow Jones Minis futures. We can see the actual Dow Jones has poked its head out of that parallel channel as well. So, wild start to the morning as inflation expectations were beaten. And for the first time, month over month, putting in a big fat 0 on increased inflation and what appears to be a peak in year over year inflation. Now, I know there's naysayers out there going to say 8.5% is nothing to celebrate. I get it. I agree. We're just trying to see if we can find a change in the rate of change and whether or not the world is pointing to reduced inflation. So we look at commodity prices, we look at oil. I've looked at shipping container rates. They're falling. Delivery times are falling. We're seeing a lot of elements out there indicating that inflation should be cooling off. Obviously, you have sticky parts of inflation, such as rent and housing. But for those looking for a pivot from the Fed, well, the thing they're looking for is for inflation to start coming down. Yesterday, we were talking about Ethereum and how it's following what it's done in previous super cycles. The obvious concern here for Ethereum at this point is getting back through the support levels that have turned to resistance that dated back for over a year in here. You can see this break up here happening this morning has taken it above there. We've seen that happen before with these daily candles. It'll be a big thing to watch if by the end of the day, does it close above 1785 to take out the daily candle close support down in here from the breakdown level back here in June when we had Celsius and Three Arrows Capital and all that stuff. And also this is when we had the Cathie Wood, Jack Dorsey, Elon Musk B-word event back in here for daily close support that came in and pushed the price up. So trying to reclaim some broken support here for Ethereum. It has poked up this morning. That's going to be my attention when the daily candle close comes in here to see if we can break through there, which of course transpires here into the altcoin market, which is trying to do as well. And looking over here at XRP, still fighting within the range that it's been in for the last week. I've kind of presented the case on this a lot over the years and recently made a video last week talking about how it's really kind of historically been more dependent on what the rest of the market is doing right now. So I think if we can get some more clear conviction over there in the altcoin market, that typically has been a good signal for XRP to go ahead and take a stab upwards. And we know that when it does take those stabs, they happen really quick. Most of the time is spent in just kind of this flat grinding stuff that happens in here. And then when the move actually does come and it shifts up to a new price level, these things historically happen very, very quickly. So it's not like XRP historically kind of like trends with the market really slowly. It tends to do it all at once and then it's all over. So I think the market, I think XRP is really just kind of looking for that signal to come for the rest of the market. And then of course, we're always like for the last 2 years waiting for like settlement or something to happen with Ripple versus SEC. But right now for XRP, my thoughts are paying attention to the rest of the market. And if the rest of the market can break through resistances, that provides optimism for XRP. And right now, we see the altcoin market cap giving a shot at it. When we tried 2 days ago, we weren't able to maintain that yesterday. Today, good data. Let's see how it closes. Because the stock market, the Dow Jones Industrial Average, it looks like it's given us a breakout. And there's something else that's also happened here with this trend breakout as well, is that we also just took out the high that was set back there on June 1st. So we officially have a higher high coming in here as well. And we're now at the highest prices we've seen since May 5th. So that's over 3 months. So pretty awesome to see that Dow Jones holding that 200-week moving average, holding those February of 2020 highs. And now we've just officially set our new higher high this morning. But looking over here at the dollar again, man, that is a big move for 1 day in the dollar. And we'll see what that ends up transpiring throughout the rest of the day. We'll see if the altcoin market, Ethereum, cryptos, they can get through that resistance. We'll check in on it tomorrow and see how that daily candle closes. But the market definitely seems to like those inflation numbers. And it looks like silver and gold are starting to catch their bid. So we'll keep this video pretty short and pretty sweet, but it's kind of a cool day today if you really think about it. What have we been watching for so long, right? We've been watching that Dow Jones trying to bounce off of that 200-week moving average. We've been watching that DXY and that parabola and whether that parabola would break down. We now have a higher high in the Dow Jones. We now have a channel break for the Dow Jones. We now have Ethereum and the altcoin market trying to push back through that broken resistance. Pretty cool day, but there's still a lot of time left in the day. So I'll check in with you guys tomorrow morning. I want to thank you all so much for watching. If you could, please like this video and give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you could be notified of when I create new content and when I go live. As always, this is not investment advice and I am not a financial advisor. But if you ever need a pick me up or a little bit of reassurance, just remember that the blockchain backers got your back. Have a good one.